I'm Holden Douglas here at Crypto.com Arena, where the Kings charged past the Golden Knights 5-2. Trevor Moore scored the first 2 goals of the game and kept it a tie game. While Trevor Moore was the one who kept the Kings afloat, it was Quinton Byfield who put the final nail in the coffin. Byfield assisted on the last 3 goals of the game to put away Vegas. Byfield finished with 4 assists on the night. Both players spoke about their great performances.
Cheers.
Crazy.
Where's Julie? Is he in?
I'm here.
Okay. You want to kick it off?
Sure.
Okay.
Trev, I feel like in regular season games, the word like playoff feel gets thrown out a lot. Did that one though, with the space out there, feel like a playoff game?
Yeah, I mean, I think Vegas has been a team that's been doing it well for a lot of years now, and they're a tough team. They got some great players over there. We know it's a potential first-round matchup, so it's an important one for us.
When you got that goal to start the third period, it's a 2-1 game. How big was it to get that early one, and it felt like it kind of kick-started what was a really strong period for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we needed a response after that second, and I think we want to get the forecheck going and all that. So when you get one early, it's always nice.
You, Phil, and Fogle didn't get moved around, but everything kind of around you got moved around. Does that impact how you guys play at all, or you guys just kind of keep trying to plug away what you're doing?
I think just try to plug away. It feels like it kind of happens fast out there. Sometimes you're double shifting, sometimes your line mate's double shifting, but it doesn't change the mentality. We want to go out there as a group, as a whole team, and try to impose our will on another team.
It was a 4-point game with you moving up on Vegas. Now, does that give you confidence that you can catch up to them?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think where we are in the standings right now is not that big of a concern for us. We want to just keep playing good hockey and play against the best teams and show that we belong.
Whether the lines finish the way they started, what does it say about this group that it seems like every single night it's a different guy or a different line that kind of breaks through for you guys? Yeah,
I mean, I think speaks a lot to the young guys. I think you got your Laugh, Turk, Q, like these young guys who are able to come in and create such good depth in our lineup. We have a lot of guys who can play, and I think it's tough for other teams to play against.
That second goal you scored, I don't know if I want to say it's vintage Trevor Moore, but it's a goal we saw you score a lot of last season. Is that just a confidence thing after getting that first goal, or where do you think that comes from?
Yeah, I think, I know it's in there, but, when the puck's not going in for a while, it's stop shooting those. Even on that one, I think I was looking for folks for a while there, and then when it wasn't there, I decided to shoot it. So, hockey has its ebbs and flows, and I'm glad to see it going, and hopefully more of those.
But that same kind of mindset applied to maybe the power play. It was something that was talked about for so long, and just with a couple of power play goals the last few games. What's maybe changed internally with you guys, or was it just kind of luck that it's starting to go in?
Yeah, I think for our unit, we sometimes, maybe try to overpass, and I think you don't want to shoot one and waste one, but at the same time, if you never get the puck to the net, then you're not going to score. So we want to be I think our first goal was a good example of that. We were going to grind, and we were just going to keep attacking the net until something happened, and, that was a good example of it.
Trev, how do you explain the second opponent?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think obviously a good building. We're comfortable here. I don't know, because I feel like we feel pretty good on the road too. It just hasn't gotten the wins, but it's a building we like to play in, obviously. Thanks, guys.
We spoke in the second intermission. You talked about the game plan. You knew you were down to Vegas. What about that did you guys manifest in the third period?
Yeah, I think the first period kind of was pretty even. Then the second period, they're all over us, and we just felt like that wasn't our best hockey. We weren't playing what we do. They're just beating us in every puck battle. They were playing simple and we weren't. So we just wanted to kind of simplify things and get back to our hockey. Our coach came in. He said that's a top 3 team over there, potential playoff opponent too. So we just had to step up, and everybody did that. 4
assists on the night for you, a new career high. At this point in the season, how are you feeling about your personal game as you guys head down this crucial stretch toward the playoffs?
Yeah, it's a long season. There's a bunch of ups and downs, but the recent play has been a lot better, I think, and just kind of reconnecting with Kev, and we got it's either Laugh or even tonight we got Juice on our line too. So just the chemistry that me and Kev have is really building. We're clicking right now. So it's just hockey's fun right now. We're just trying to play our best.
You mentioned getting Adrian with you and Kevin. Saw a lot of success in the third period. What do you think works so well for you 3 there?
Yeah, all good. I think Juice, Juice is one of the most underrated players in the NHL. So just being able to get him on our line as well. You know, he plays a 200-foot game, plays the game the right way. He's hard. You know, just kind of just utilizing his speed as well. Very quick player, and you know, he plays simple as well. So, you know, just playing with those two guys, highly skilled guys. You know, kind of just want to get them the puck, and we just feed off each other there.
How much do you guys feel on this home ice, though? 19-3-2. It just keeps happening. It's got to be more than just a little bit of confidence.
Yeah, I mean, it's a complete flip-flop from last year, I think. Yeah. We're more of the road warriors last year, but, you know, this year coming in the season, we kind of knew that from last year. And, you know, this is our home. We want opponents to kind of fear coming in and play in LA, so it feels good being at home. You know, sleeping in your own bed, own meals, all that, so that definitely helps as well.
Cute to see Morsey get that goal off the rush, using his shot the way we saw him do it so many times last year. How big was that for him, and how big is it for you guys?
Yeah, that's huge. You know, Morsey, you know, last couple of years has been so effective for us, and you know, not just that, like when he's in zone, making his tight turns and just digging into the net, and you know, using that quick snapshot. You know, there's countless shootout goals he's done that too, and a lot of last year he's doing that off the rush. So, you know, see him just fire that puck and it go in, and it was a good feeling for our team.
We kind of take us to the play on Laugh's goal. I mean, obviously you hung on to it, delivered that pass against the green, but just how you saw it shape up and how you attacked it there.
To Fogle?
Fogle, excuse me.
Yeah. No, all good, all good. Yeah, I think just for our power play units, you know, we might not get much time out there, so we just kind of want to be direct. You know, puck battles, puck recoveries are huge. We're just kind of trying to do that, then try to get everything to the net. And, the previous power play is kind of the same thing. Recover a puck. You know, I just took a shot and Morsey tipped it, and you know, that one there too is kind of we're just battling. Kind of got a lucky bounce there. Then I saw folks, you know, going back door, and I was just trying to hold on to it as long as I can. And you know, sometimes you gotta get lucky. So kind of threw it back there, and he made a hell of a move there.
With 2 straight games of the power play goal, I think that's the 3rd time this season you guys have done that. I know you guys like how the action was flowing the last game. What did you think about your PP tonight?
Yeah, I mean, all season we haven't got that many chances on the power play, so you know that kind of goes into it. Not really getting into, you know, routine rhythm with that, so it's hard. But you know, tonight just being able to get, you know, 1, kind of 2 goals there. Last game as well. If our power play's going, that's huge momentum for our team, and you know, big goals there.
Going back to that line, you said you played a lot with Kevin this year. You played a lot with Adrian the last 2 seasons. How easier is it for you when you get a new line to have played a lot with those guys individually? You kind of know their tendencies, and if you play with them together. Yeah,
it's definitely easier. You know, I haven't played much with Kev this year or in the previous years, so you know, we're kind of still figuring stuff out. But you know, I think right now we're clicking, and you know, he's hot, he's scoring, so try to just get him the puck. But playing with Juice for the last 2 years, you know, we really know each other and kind of know what plays that we like to do, and read out each other well. So when he came on tonight, it was just a lot of fun having him back.
You mentioned finding chemistry with Kevin, so he had said a few weeks ago that I feel like you guys have gotten better about not deferring to each other. You guys trust each other more to kind of hang on to the puck and make plays. What do you think is clicking for you guys so well? Is it just that kind of trust?
Yeah, I think so. I think also, you know, just with each other, like Kev turns over the puck, you know, I'll be there. I'll back check for him, vice versa too. Like, you know, we're not just playing for ourselves. Like, we're playing for each other. We're playing, you know, hard. I trust him. You know, kind of make those, you know, those Kevin plays. You know, he makes a lot of plays out there. So I told him just be himself, and you know, I got your back. You know, turn it over. So. We just trust each other, we're confident, and we just want to make a ton of plays.
Is it noticeable, the positivity in this room right now growing as we get closer to this home stretch here?
Yeah, you know, I think everyone's up to beat. You know, it's fun when you win. You know, obviously being at home, you know, we're winning at home, so it's just good to be here. You know, good energy, good vibes, and that was a great comeback from us.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Good job, Jim, next door.
Let's hear what Coach Hiller had to say about the dominant 4-goal period from the Kings.
A lot of us in the press box felt that was a playoff game atmosphere. What do you think?
Yeah, it was a hard game. You know, I thought we came out pretty well, even though we weren't really dangerous, to be honest with you. I mean, the power play goal was nice. It was important. Second period, they took us to the schoolyard, I thought, a little bit. That was pretty obvious for all of us. Faster, stronger, more competitive. And so we had to decide. We're just going to let them take it from us. And, clearly the guys had a pretty good response in the third.
How big was it to get that goal from Moore as he less than a minute into the period? Not just to get it there, but to have Trevor Moore score that kind of goal in that moment.
Yeah, right. And I think he had about, now I'm going to stretch and say 15, but probably 10 to 12 coming down the wing, not always on the strong side. He had some weak side too, where he just shot it past the goalie. We just haven't seen that from him this year. It was just great to see. And obviously it was his second, so now he got 2. Hopefully that spurs him on a little bit, get a touch back and feel good about yourself. But it was the goal that he scored, over and over again last year.
Quinton Byfield had his fingerprints all over the game, just
2 penalties? Is that what you're talking about?
and the 4 assists, career high.
I almost had my fingerprints all over him to start the
got
game.
a different lens, I assume, with that.
Yeah.
But just to see him be able to contribute in that way for those 4 important goals
Yeah.
on the night, what did you think about his play?
Yeah, I mean, it was a hard game. It was hard to stand out. And so, the 2 penalties, one was okay, the other one I didn't really like. But, what are you going to do? You have to have a response. And I thought the tail end of the second period, he really got going. There was some chances there. He had some good energy. He carried it over to the third. The backhand pass to Fogues was about as good as you can make it. So it was nice to see that it wasn't just work, because we always expect that from him. It was just a incredible pass on top of it. So nice to see. We needed it. We needed somebody to step up, and he was the guy.
You mentioned the penalties there for Hugh. Does the fact that he didn't get shut down, and you guys still kept going back to him, even further up his line, is that a testament to the confidence this coaching staff has in him at this point in his career? Maybe a couple of seasons ago, even last season, that wouldn't be the case. He might get in trouble a little more from that.
Yeah, I mean, Q gives you an honest effort for the most part. He doesn't take a lot of penalties. It happened to be 2, and like I said, one was okay. There was one I didn't like, but yeah, I'm not. He's not anywhere near danger of not playing for taking those kind of penalties. That's just not his game, anyways. So we got time for that, and just want him to be a little bit more focused. And like I said, he answered the bell after that.
We've seen Q and Kevin recently. We've obviously seen Q and Juice a lot over the last couple of years. The 3 of them together, what did you like about the way they kind of clicked instantly?
Well, yeah, I mean, we're moving lines around quite a bit. In the second period, really wasn't much going on, and they just happened to have a chance to go together, and I thought they had a spark. So we got them out there again. They had a spark again. I thought the last 2 or 3 shifts of the second period, they were, gave us some life, brought the building, some energy into the building. And so we just discussed it. Should we keep them together? We don't usually do that, and we felt like we're down by 1. They had some energy. Let's give them a run. So, they were really good. Clearly, made a big difference. They made a big difference and looked really good doing it. So I don't know if we'll see it again, or if we'll see it again next game, or whenever we will. Sure, at some point, but we'll just have to talk about it as a coaching staff.
Jim, Bruce Cassidy talked about soft play on his team's part in the third. What was your message to your team in between periods?
I thought our team had to kind of look within a little bit and decide what the third period was going to look like. Nobody expected to come out and just score 4 goals, but I think we expected to, like I said, they kicked sand in our face. I felt like hey, okay, we're here to play after the first period. We're just going to let them continue to do that, or we're going to push back a little bit. And when I say push back, that's stronger on our sticks, more aggressive, quicker, and we had that response, or the players had that response. So that's pretty impressive.
He said they were soft on their sticks.
Well, they weren't through 40. I mean, I'm not going to evaluate his team if that's how he feels. I won't argue with him for sure, but I could say the same thing about us for stretches of the game. There's no question. And Darcy was there when we were.
What's different about this group that even themselves they can believe? I see Kevin Fiala's face. He's just like, wow, I can't believe I actually was able to see that pass and score that goal.
I think they have a lot of belief. They've worked hard to get to this point. We've had early in the season some inconsistency, some up and down, and it builds. The season builds, and I think they just have a strong belief, and I think that belief after tonight should get a little bigger than it was before the game, and when you do that, you can accomplish some pretty great things when you believe in one another and play hard for one another, and I believe they do that.
If you win your games in hand, you could lead the division with about 20 games left. Are you aware of that?
This is the stat man. Strikes again on me. I don't like to think that far ahead. I don't. I mean, we played a really good third period. We played a pretty good first period. We could have lost the game in the second. I don't think beyond that. We're going to take a day off. We're going to get Vancouver. That's going to be a hard game. You know what I mean? If there was 4 or 5 games left in the season, then I would probably start doing the math. But it's just way too far for me.
So you're not aware of the standings at all?
Oh, I know the standings. Yeah, no, I know. I told Smitty updates me daily. You know what I mean? But it's just not anywhere near a focus of mine. It feels like we got, and we do, like months left. So it just feels way too far away. But when there's 5 games left, and the other thing is I don't like to talk about Fight Club. We've talked about that before too.
You mentioned the word belief. Is that what it's all about when you're down by a goal and you're at home and nothing seems to bother you guys? Is there something different? Are you feeling in there? Is there like, hey, we're home and we're supposed to win?
Yeah, I think there's all things, a lot of different things come into it, but it's belief for sure. But then it's work and determination and focus, right? All those lead to the belief that if we do those things, there's a chance. There's a chance we can pull this game out. There's a chance we can win again. You know, so there's a whole bunch of things that go into it. But sometimes you don't make a conscious decision, but you got to put it on the line. And when you believe it's worth it, and the next guy is doing it, and then the other guy doing it, then you got a chance. Then you have something.
But do you feel there's a difference in the room when you're at home than on the road because of what has happened, or not necessarily?
I don't know. I mean, it sure feels. I mean, the results speak to it for sure. So I understand the question, but I think when the building gets going, again, even though we didn't score, and I haven't thought about it. So as you asked me the question, when I think back to the end of the second period where we finally got something going, and the building got loud and cheered us on, and so I think that is an important part of it. When we scored the goal, Moorsey scored, the building comes alive. So there's no question. Everybody would tell you that about their home building. Yeah, so there's probably something there.
Didn't show up in the box score, but we've talked about him all year. Is this the type of game you want to see out of Mikey Henderson?
Yeah, Mikey played like 19 minutes tonight or something, right? Gabby was in the 18s. So I think it's probably the first time all year that those two have been under 20 and still played a really important, impactful game. Dewey and Eddie played 4 or 5 minutes more than them almost, right? So that was surprising, but they played very well, right? They just come to really trust Mikey and Gabby as a pair. They usually get the matchup minutes. And I can't say enough about Mikey and Gabby. I talked to them, as a pair, really, because they've just both elevated their games this year. Been really, really good. Defend, satisfied in doing that.
Jimmy broke up Kopitar and Kimbe today, but it feels like the last couple of games you've been trying to find that third piece for them. I know Turk filled that role for a while. It's kind of been switching that out a little bit.
Yeah.
So I feel like the hole in your roster now trying to find that complement of those two.
Yeah, I mean they that line, with Turk or whoever it's been, really haven't got a lot of traction lately. So I think that's probably a pretty fair comment. I don't like to say it's a hole, but we're just trying to get that line who's carried us, in many ways for the first half of the season, just get some traction again and get feeling good about their game and some consistent time in the O-zone, some chances, and just hasn't happened a lot lately. So, that's the reason just to move things around a little bit.
Thanks, Jeff.
Okay.
Thank you.
In what could be a playoff preview, the Kings crushed the top team in the Pacific. But more playoff implications are on the line Wednesday when the Kings host another division rival in the Vancouver Canucks. Reporting from Crypto.com Arena, I'm Holden Douglas with Infinity TV.